It's kind of hard to imagine that this past month, which seems like it's been 3 months at least, that's coming to an end.
They crossed railroads, rolled into swamps, and climbed the hills of North Carolina. Now they're hitting familiar city streets and the pavement's potholes.
Definitely a highlight to go over the George Washington Bridge and to see home.
We've made it home, and as we look back like on a map, it's amazing.
27 days and almost 1,400 miles later, 2 priests and 3 seminarians are in the home stretch of their bicycle pilgrimage that started 3 weeks ago in St. Augustine, Florida.
I never thought I was going to do any kind of biking pilgrimage like this before.
I'm looking forward to finishing this pilgrimage and calling it a wrap. But in a very good way. It's been a great journey so far, and it's probably been one of the greatest gifts I've received in the past 2 years as a seminarian.
Passing through 11 states, 10 dioceses, and 5 archdioceses, the group went out to raise awareness for vocations and to inspire others to make their own pilgrimage.
Try to see how, where in your life you see lacking in your faith, and maybe you can try to strengthen it. It doesn't have to be walking 1,000 miles, but maybe saying a simple rosary.
Every pedal is a prayer for more faithful, but instead of just preaching, the bikers found something else.
We had an idea of what we thought God was going to do with this, and he made it even bigger.
We went out to go try to make disciples of all nations, try to preach the gospel to people. Instead, people have shown the gospel to us and showed that great hospitality.
Though thousands of miles separate us, these guys say that's part of the beauty of American Catholics.
It's been an eye-opener for me.
We're Catholic Christians, and so whether we are in Florida or Georgia or South Carolina, now maybe the accent's a little bit different, hey, yo, we're from New York, or they say, hey, y'all, or my pleasure and stuff. What unites us is Christ.
It was the same Mass, the same words, and it didn't matter if it was in South Carolina, in Florida, or, out in Washington, D.C., it was always the same Eucharist, and that's what, really made me realize that this is how we're united.
But besides being grateful that their own bed waits just hours away, these guys were most thankful for those God led them to meet.
Conversations that I have with people that the Lord's introduced me to, it's been just amazing.
Whether it be from Florida all the way up here, we're welcomed. We're brought in, like with that radical hospitality that's so present within the scriptures, and that God challenges us to be disciples, inviting people into the mission, and then going to make disciples through all nations.
And tomorrow we'll welcome them back to the concrete jungle at Brooklyn St. Joseph's Co-Cathedral. How sweet it'll be and how sweet it is. Reporting for Currents, I'm Michelle Powers.